It's Dandadan, and holy Kintama, Dandadan has been on an absolute roll as of late, and 201 really does feel like Tatsu and his team are firing on all cylinders. Coming out of this chapter, Tatsu is making it pretty clear what this arc will be themed around, and I guarantee you, once you realize it, you can't unsee it. But as well, we get confirmation for those Queen Sensei fans out there, me, of her type, and let me be clear, there is so much more to talk about other than just that, so let's jump in. Real quick, I am so freaking hyped to announce my first shirt for this channel. It's our Dandadan t-shirt over on Teespring. Right now you can use code CTACTICS to get 15% off your order for the first month. If you want to support me in style, please pick this up. Alright bro, I am so hyped. This chapter starts with the Dundadums eating some delicious konbini, and let me just get my gushing out of the way here. They are all just so freaking cute eating noodles together, namely Rin and Koki, who are just so precious. And this was really nice to see, and some needed emotionality for these two gals who just went through some pretty heavy stuff, especially Koki. So it is nice to see that she is trusting and relying on these dumbasses in her time of need. I think it also sends a message that sometimes in life, especially for all ages, no matter who you are, it's nice to just slow down and enjoy some konbini with your friends or even people you don't know. You know, just enjoy human connection. Get out into those third places that we are so lucky to still have in society and meet people. Rekindle the flames, so to speak. I try to do that with my Discord server. But seriously though, we need more Koki. This may be my new favorite Dum-de-Dum. I'm a real sucker for the Marianne from like the Fire Emblem types, and Koki really does hit the nice down-to-earth person vibes that I just appreciate so much in people. So they are wondering if it is okay to eat any of these noodles without permission from Queen Sensei, because that is her office. So Mangiro chimes in that it is okay as they have permission. So get this. Apparently, Queen Sensei brought a student to Mangiro for exorcism at one point, which is how they got to know each other. On top of that, it's revealed that Mangiro is 36 years old, which somehow makes him younger than freaking Queen Sensei, who looks like an ageless angel. And to make it even worse, or better, one of them is a total masochist. I don't know what to say, but I do need to know how he does it because I need my own Queen Sensei in my life. But this is where Mangiro informs the uninformed Dum-de-Dums that someone is forcing a sort of competition in which those with the Kozaka knives collect yokai abilities. And this is something we already knew, but the new info is that the Guild of Exorcists is investigating, trying to catch the culprit. Now this is super duper surprising, and I can't remember if this was brought up before, but if not, this means that we may one day get to see who is in this guild. I would bet some pretty good money that Seiko has some sort of involvement or past with them for sure. And obviously, we know at least Queen Sensei does too. So is this where we get our guild full of hot older women spirit mediums? I'm just saying, guys, maybe it's time to prepare. What is less important, in my opinion, obviously coming through there, is the fact that these Kozaka wielders are allowed to use the powers, so that confirms they are using them within the rules, which is odd, but interesting. You'd think they'd not want to run that risk, but who knows, maybe they are confident that it won't be an issue and they won't use the powers against them. But this also sets up the possibility of some other nefarious objective that they just don't know about, which is something that's pretty obvious, and I've theorized on every single occasion I can think. This objective clearly to me is to collect these abilities or even harvest them to combine them into one. And maybe in that there is some sort of like, I don't know, Big Bang, like the beginning for yokai or spirit powers, where at some point they were all one and, well, bang! It all spread out over the universe, but the origin point possibly being Earth of all things? It would help explain why the aliens are all trying to invade them as well. Either way, I guarantee you they are trying to harvest these powers, and Count Saint Germain is the conduit or catalyst. Real quick, if you haven't dropped a like then subscribe, this is your chance. This is when it is revealed that the weapon in the box is an ogre club, and it is a weapon of self-defense that is meant to give Okaroon a fighting chance since he doesn't have any of his powers. And while none know how to use it, my guess is that this ogre club, despite being the size of my Japanese 3DS I just bought, ooh, look at it, so pretty, is that when Okaroon is in danger, it will then turn into, generally, the size of the box it was in. Or, since it's called an ogre club, it may turn into a literal club to bonk me when I think too long about Seiko or Queen Sensei. Ow! This is clearly a Chekhov's gun that will likely be used in the next arc, and since it is a weapon for only self-defense, my guess is that it will be forgotten about until the very last moment when they are in danger, and he whips it out to save Momo or whoever the hell is in trouble, leading to the bonk to end all bonks. The bonkening. Speaking of, Sakata needs to be bonked. I can't speak today. His important question of this chapter is, what is Queen Sensei's type? Which he just says flat out that he is, speaking of Mangiro, and that he knows because she is super nice to him. And I'm calling it, fellas. I'm calling it! I think Queen Sensei is going to be all mushy around Mangiro and turn into butter in his hands. God, I wish it were me. I mean, this guy is super confident, which also says that, in a surprising twist of sorts, that Queen Sensei may be a masochist of all things. But you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe Mangiro is onto something here. Maybe. The secret is to simply just tell a girl you like that you are her type, flat out. I don't know. Maybe it can work. Oh, hello. I'm your type. Did it work? Did it? Put in the comments if you're rizzed up. So we get the cutest thing you'll likely see this week. Small Mo, which is Small Momo, that I come up with these stupid names for Momo, is looking out the car window at the stars thinking of Okaroon, her heart and mind aflutter, as she is anticipating her returning to normal and having Okaroon properly tell her how he feels about her, and that makes her really nervous. And honestly, this is a nice vibe, isn't it? Momo and Okaroon, they just work on so many levels, and I think Tatsu knows he hit gold with this ship. And in the meantime, Evil Eye has still taken control of Gigi, so I think this arc will be the arc in which we see Evil Eye in the forefront of the plot again, something I am very hyped for, because who in the hell doesn't love Evil Eye? Honestly, who? So upon arrival at their destination, they are met with yet another side quest before getting Momo back to normal. Their magic hammer, the Uchide no Kozuchi, was recently stolen and thus are in a state of emergency. So Seiko books it in the taxi, leaving behind Zuma and the others, which is just so funny. I love the urgency of Seiko here to just get this done. It's a bit of self-awareness from the plot that they're taking a long-ass time and they know it, but I like it. It's kind of cute. But speaking of cute, get this. We get two references in one, a National Treasure and a Persona 5 reference, which I'm playing in my Discord server, by the way. Turns out there is a phantom ninja thief who has been stealing national treasures. But because of the recent thefts, they put a tracker on the hammer. So let's just get the speculation out of the way, shall we? This phantom thief is going to be a Kunoichi baddie like Tengen's wives or something, right? I don't know. However, I am not sold on this thief being connected to Saint Germain yet, just because they are going after national treasures and not spirit wielders, right? So this is interesting because so far, this arc of Dandadan has been very heavily focused on historical Japanese themes and motifs. I mean, the series always had that to some degree, like it wasn't devoid of it or anything, but this would also explain the month break Tatsu had off with his team while doing some research. So my guess is that we're going full Japanese with this arc, and I am so here for it. I'm always here for some old Japanese stuff. All right, so this chapter of Dandadan was absolutely goated and had a lot of really great character building moments for fans who want more info and fun facts about Dandadan, pretty much. Like, I think it's pretty cool how they showed off Mangiro and Queen Sensei's relationship and how through him we learn much more about the kind of gal she is when you hit her weak spots. Plus, it was really refreshing to see the gang hang out and eat snacks, and Momo yearning for Okaroon even more. more. Even Evil Eye got a bit of a spotlight and showcase, calling him all stingy because, remember, he's a kid who knows no better and wants what he wants. Just some really cool stuff, honestly. But I am most excited to see who this Phantom Ninja Thief is, and I hope to God she's a baddie. Please, Tatsu, we need more older MILF characters, please! Speaking of pleading, please join the C community and become a Discord member, but as well check out my video from last week on my first ever Dandadan character essay. I'll see you guys on the 14th for another brand new Mundadan. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.